So my name is Paul Argenti. I'm a professor at the Tuck School of Business. I teach corporate communication and strategy. And my work is in the area of crisis and reputation management. I've been working in this area for 4 decades. I also worked and lived here in Japan, so I taught and started a program at Kokusai Daigaku with my colleagues, and had the honor of living in Japan for parts of 4 years. So I have an understanding of Japanese culture a little bit more than most Americans would. And I also had the opportunity to work with Mitsui and Mr. Utsuda, who is one of the incoming board members in this company, and wrote a case about him and his crisis at Mitsui and how he was able to overcome adversity and to rebuild that company back into the amazing company that it is today. So as a result of some negative comments that I made about TEPCO back in 2011 and my efforts at Mitsui, I think the company thought I might be a good person to come in and assess where the company is today and to take a look at how it's progressed over the last 6 years. A lot closer. I mean, I think that, if I would give them an F back then and a passing grade a few years ago, it's quickly moving into, the more positive end of the grading spectrum. And I think these next few years are going to be critical for the company as it tries to simplify its message, to overcome the adversity that it has faced, and to try to focus on the more positive aspects of rebuilding, both in Fukushima and throughout the country. The need for nuclear power is great. The ability for this company to execute on that is beyond any other company in the country. And I think those things combined create an incredible opportunity for the employees who are working here to rebuild TEPCO into the company that it once was, and maybe even more than that over the next few years. I think part of it is the timing is you have a new management team coming in. You have the Olympics coming to Japan in 2020. There's going to be scrutiny of Japan in a way with the rugby tournament in 19 and the Olympics in 2020. I think there's going to be an intense interest in Japan and all things Japanese. And this is one of the most defining moments in Japanese history in the last decade. So it's naturally the spotlight is going to be on TEPCO. So I think there's a moment here for the company to seize that could be pretty critical. Well, I think you've done really well in sort of admitting the mistakes that you've made in terms of focusing on the needs of people in the community and trying to understand what the company needs to do to make it right. And certainly have become really clear that what you're trying to do is to be the best possible company you can to fix the situation in Fukushima. I think what you've done less well is simplified some of the engineering-dominated messages that have come out of the company, and I think if you can continue to simplify, that would be a good thing. The other thing is that I think the company has gotten so caught up in the negative danger zone of crisis and hasn't focused on the opportunities that come from crisis. I mean, every time something bad happens to you, you have an opportunity to show what you're made of. And this company is made of some pretty powerful people who want to do the right thing and to make it a better environment for both people who work here and who live in this country and in other parts of the world. So that opportunity, I think, is a unique opportunity to seize upon. And that means simplifying the message dramatically.